Silver Devil, the Dark God of the Clipper, and here is the one and only Water Alchemist. Welcome,
You.
Water Alchemist. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. What's cracking?
Wow. That seems like such a loaded question. So, Silver Devil, where you want to go with this? I have a feeling this is going to be a very passionate live.
Passionate. Okay, I love it. Let's start with. You want to start with energy work?
Oh, absolutely. I'll let you go. I'll just piggyback.
Okay. Okay. Energy work for a lot of the newcomers. Energy work is something that gets neglected, and I think that's very unfortunate. We have to have a basic understanding of occultists that basically everything is energy around us, vibrating at a certain rate. And when we understand that, we can change things in accordance with our will much easier. There's energy within, there's energy without, and learning to harness these energies and focus them is the foundation of things like Reiki, laying on of the hands, and things like that.
And I would like to pick up that. This is what, and I want to say this to beginners. This is one of the things that you really want to really get down pat, because what's going to end up happening is that I'm sure Mike B has gotten this question, and I've gotten it repeatedly. And this lets me know you really ain't been doing the work. You have to develop your clairs. There's a book by Maya Ohm, Energy Essentials. You got to get that book, because a lot of times what I hear all the time is, okay, if I work with this spirit, how do I know it heard me? Trust me when I tell you, spirits hear you. Don't see an audience doesn't you don't have one, but because you have developed your hearing, your occult hearing, sight, smell, you don't know. You just feel for you. So again, energy work is one thing, the basics, the fundamentals you want to get down. Now, for like
Yep.
I've been in my house. Quick story. Sometimes I could just feel something looking at you. You could just feel it. Have to see it. Not going. I'm gonna be honest with you. When someone said I saw this spirit, Mike B, I hate to say this, but you know this is true. What I'm about to say. A lot of people are not telling y'all the truth. They tricky y'all. You're not really gonna see simple reason. Earth is a dense field. Demons and angels are not going to hang around like that. I'm telling you, they're not going to do. But you will hear, smell, come either be stubborn or it could actually be spirit. Now, certain spirits, aggressive, it hot in your house, or your body will feel hot. Anubis has an aggressive. So that,
Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right. You know, when we see something in the corner of our eye, and then we turn and look at it, and it's not there. That's because our peripheral vision uses a different part of our mind than our focused vision. And when we turn and we look at it with direct vision, it's gone. It's like you can see auras if you look past the person and behind them a little bit. You can see that etheric aura start. But you're absolutely right. If you're not doing energy work and building your clairs from the beginning, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because by the time you begin to do spirit work, you won't know how to communicate with them, and you won't have your clairs developed enough to even be worthwhile at it. And yes, you could still run an effective evocation without them, but it's like 10 times harder. It's 10 times harder to get anything done, and your priority level is much lower with the spirit because you can't really help it do very much. So yeah, he's right. He's absolutely right about that.
and when you see it
Yep.
out the corner of your eye, you're not going crazy. That's just the spirit is moving at a different vibration than you are. That's all that
Hmm.
means. I've had that happen to me, and you kind of got to double back. No, it's just that it's gonna happen so quick, and you'll be like, "What's that?" Even if you look outside your window or something like that, all it takes 1 second. That is all it takes when doing that. And that, like I said, I wanted to address that because a lot of people say, "How do I know? How do I know? How do I know?" And that lets me know you're really not doing the work. And I'm gonna say this: the reason this what gets a lot of people in trouble is that is going to be one of the biggest detriments to being a successful magician. Every something happens, like, it could take maybe 3 or 4 years, and you're just scratching the surface. So when you're doing this work, one, you cannot be late. Two, you cannot be patient. And the third thing that I always say, give yourself a chance to find out what magical skill set is best for you. That could be necromancy. That could be
Yes.
ancestral
Yep.
magic. That could be
Yep.
demon magic, angelic magic.
Yep.
Just if you proceed on this path long enough, you will find the best skill set for you, but more importantly, that skill set will find you.
Yep, that's absolutely right. People are going to have natural predispositions to certain kinds of magic, and that's good for them, and that's what they need to pursue. They're going to know that intuitively as they progress on the path. Also, it's going to find them, and they're going to find it. Um, I personally, I like wealth and dignities magic. That's my favorite. Like wealth and dignities. I love that. That's my forte. I also love reconciliation magic as my one of my personal favorites. I think that's a robot's kind of wearing off on me though, and kind of making me like that. But other people are into necromancy. Other people are into divination. There's just so many different forms of magic that Yeah, he's right. You'll find it when it's the right time. Now, you may find this too. You may find you make no progress in a certain kind of magic now, but in 6 months that may change, and you may have the keys to unlock that as you've made progress in other areas. So that's one thing too that I wanted to bring up. Um, we get this a lot, don't we, about spirits and why they won't work with us at certain points? Yeah, I wanted to bring that up too. The reason I think that spirits don't work with people at certain times, even if they have their clairs, is it's not the right time. These spirits, it's like this. I can see one block of traffic in every direction if I stand at an intersection. These spirits are in a vantage point where they're on top of a 20-story building looking down at 8 blocks of traffic in any direction. They see further down in time than we do. So they know what the right time is for the right moves. And we really, it benefits us to take their cue on certain things because they know where things are going to be. That's the best way to describe it I can think of. What do you think?
Well, I say this because when um when a spirit tells you no, or a demon in particular, here's the say this to the audience, and just Mike, whenever, please circulate this live. Don't take it personal. Don't personalize it. It's just like this. Look at it like this from an earthly point. Will you date every girl you meet? Or if you're a young lady, would you date every guy you meet? No. Why? Because y'all may not be a good fit. Or even at the
Mm-hmm.
job, you get at a job and it's a dead end job with a high turnover rate, and the whole thing within a week or two, you're filing out applic- renewing application. You can't get out there quick enough. There are some spirits that have told me no, but what I have to understand, and Mike made an excellent point, time on their side is not linear. So y'all may
Right.
not just be a good fit, but if a demon sees that you have potential, they're going to shoot you to another demon. That's just how that works. So you can't say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, this
Yep.
demon worked with me, and how spirits have a thing of communicating with someone. And this one said he wanted to work with Andromalius. And something said to him telepathically, it's not time. You're not ready. He said,
Yeah.
was that him?
Yep.
I said, well, what was the answer you got? He said, well, I guess it was him. I said, don't guess. Here's the
You already know. Yep.
yeah, don't
Yep.
guess. Usually a spirit will say something to you, and this is how you know it's not an imposter. It will say something that you would not even think about saying. One, and secondly, imposter spirit can't produce results on the earth plane. I said it. They're not going to make stuff
Yeah.
happen. So if Andromeda is told
Right.
a person
They're gonna
no,
take your offerings and give you nothing. Yeah. Yep.
it was a reason.
You're right.
I've been told that. So don't take it personal. Some spirits work with you. I know working with Orbis. Shout out to Orbis right here, because I know Orbis has a trick up his sleeve about this live. And shout out to Orbis. Orbis is fantastic. And
Big
this is
ups,
why
or
I want to talk
he's a
flowers.
beast. Yeah, I love her.
Because Orbis is gonna keep it 100. Which if you approach any spirit with
Yeah.
respect, Orbis Orbis gonna be like, no, this is not the time. You may not really want to do. Orbis is gonna let you know. So again, and we're gonna turn to my favorite subject right here, because I'm gonna have Mike B, because me and Mike B had a question, a survey somewhat, and I wanted to touch on this because Mike B, you're gonna help me out right now. You're gonna really help me out. Would you tell the listening audience who are neophytes why they should not work with the gin? Go.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now here's the thing about the Jinn, you guys. The Jinn are a separate race from us. Okay, like there's the human race. Okay, and then there's like the Jinn race. Okay, they came way before us, and they're in a place that we call Jinnistan. That sounds a little corny, I know, but that is what it is. Here's the thing about the Jinn. If you fuck around with them, you can find out the hard way. When you get a Jinn attachment, they will jump from body to body to body as you walk through town, and they will taunt you and torture you in different people's bodies. I mean, it's absolutely horrifying to watch what they can do. And banishments aren't going to work. You're not going to be able to banish it and just send it away. It doesn't work that way. You have to use a special form called dispersal, like you would disperse of a cloud, a toxic cloud, like that. And that's a difficult technique to teach a newcomer, right there. If you want to play with gin, do it the safe way. Look into like Hargrove's books. But if you're thinking about binding a gin to a ring and making it serve you and all that shit, look, I'm going to be honest with you. You're playing with fire, you know, and it can go sideways. And if it does, you're going to have to end up going to Water Alchemist or me or somebody else that actually is able to handle some shit like that and then remove the attachment from you, and it's going to be a real nasty deal. The Jinn are really, really tenacious, and when they think something is their possession, they are very possessive. That's what I want to say.
Reason I said,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
silver
what's up.
level in Water Alchemist, we're charging you money. And here's why we're charging you money. Because I'm gonna tell you something that occultists hate doing. I'm gonna give y'all a little cheat code. Occultists hate coming behind other occultists. We hate that. You want to know why we hate
Well,
that?
what else do we
Because
have on the that I want to bring up today? Oh, yes, con men, scammers, and snake oil salesmen in the left-hand path. That is a big problem. Wouldn't you agree?
I, yeah, it, it
Looks like I'm
it
like
really hurts. It really hurts the people who are actual occultists, have character and integrity. And I'm gonna say, trust your intuition.
yep.
I know somebody who did a love spell, and this is how you know this is a scammer. He said he could guarantee the love of his life in 7 days for $2,500. That's one story. Anyone that charges you exorbitant rates is a charlatan. Okay, they're a charlatan. And also this, anyone that has what I call the Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one complex, all knowledge comes through me, or you got to go through me. Anyone that's telling you that, no occultist can save anybody. I'm telling you that right. You have to save yourself. No occultist, not might be, not someone. You have to save you. And con men out here, and might be you went through this. It's people that done came to you. Well, what you feel about this person? Well, they said this or they said that, and you like, okay, like where are we going with this? Like, so
A lot of that. Absolutely, a lot of that. I hear it. I would say conservatively that 8 out of 10 of these people are charlatans. 8 and 10, really. Or if they're not a charlatan, they're a beginner or an intermediate that's acting like they're some kind of powerful adeptus and like really going to have to save yourself. That's and if you're not doing the work and you're not, you know, yeah. Anyway,
it's
yeah,
not,
keep going, man.
it's not going to pay off. And really, to go back to the gym, just very quickly, I know a neophyte, a beginner. He worked with the gin right out the gate, and I said, "Why did you do that?" He said, "No, I can't get rid of the gin." And I said, "Well, what did you think was going to happen?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
what did you think?" And he said, "I'm going to
Yep.
call. I'm gonna take that." He said, "Well, I'm just gonna call on Allah. Allah can't save you, bro. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's no, no,
Yeah.
no."
Yeah. The
I want to.
Muslim exorcist will try to get the jinn to convert. That's what they try to do. Okay, but if the jinn doesn't want to convert, Allah has no power over him, and that's facts. You're right. You're right, man. Yep.
Now, we gonna close this chapter of the jinn. This young lady said this to me, and I'm gonna throw this question at you. And I know it's crazy. Just bear with me. Can you marry a jinn?
Oh, you could, but you don't want to. Is the thing, man. I mean, you. I'm okay. I get it. I get it. I mean, they want a spirit wife. Somebody wants to have intimate relations with their spirit, uh, their favorite spirit. Okay, whatever. I don't get into that myself, man. I just don't. But for the jinn, it would be really, really, really dangerous. I had a case where a 20-something-year-old man had a teenage jinn inside of him, and it was a female. And I'm going to tell you what, it was one of the most horrifying cases I've ever seen. And it was an accident how she possessed him anyway. Getting her to let him go was one of the hardest things I'd ever done. I mean, that was a really tough hours and hours of back and forth. Like, you're fucking his life up. You know that, yeah, you could do that, but do you want to? Is the thing. I mean,
Thank
they're going
you.
to be so possessive of you. Yeah.
Where we taking it is that we're not trying to scare you. What I'm really saying, I can't speak for Mike B, but what I'm saying is, if you are a beginner or rookie, act like you won. Don't come into this game like you some seasoned veteran and you've been playing 12 or 13 years the NBA. No, you are a rookie. So what do rookies do? They make rookie mistakes, irrespective of how much talent that they got. Because I see a lot of people, well, I'm a natural dream walker, I'm a natural this, I'm a natural that. But you still have to go through the process. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
go
you're
through
right.
the process.
Talent without hard work doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
Talent. Yep.
So
Hard work
that's just
beats
something.
talent 5 days out of the week, for sure.
Absolutely. Every time.
Yep.
Every
Yep.
hard work is gonna trump that because the hard work is they're their biggest critic. They're their hardest critic. So
Mm-hmm.
failure to them is not an option. So if they work hard, they learn from their mistakes. Guess what happens? They minimize those mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas somebody that's naturally talented, what's the number one thing that comes in? The curse of arrogance.
Yep.
And
And laziness.
you see this on other social media platforms, might be. You see it
Yep.
where they
Oh yeah.
come in and the ambiance is beautiful. They got like 20, 30 candles and
Oh yeah.
they
Yeah.
they
Yeah. 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 I
they
know what you're
out for
talking
this
about.
or anti that. I see you laughing. See, I know you
Yeah.
seen it. And you
Yeah.
just be
Yeah.
looking like,
Yeah. It looks good, doesn't it? Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, the aesthetic it's pleasing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's
Yeah.
pleasing to the eye, but
Yeah.
I just I don't know.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I feel you. I see a lot of it too, and I don't know. I don't know what to say about it really. I don't even know. Like it looks good. It sounds good, but does it have any substance? Like there was
Hmm.
an author that I really liked. His name was Ophiel. I think you probably heard of him.
I
Ophiel.
know Ophiel.
Yeah,
Read about the Kabbalah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Now he used to say this. He used to say, look, if there's an idea and it sounds good, but it doesn't produce any results, then it has to go in the garbage. Because the only ideas that I work with are the ones that produce results. Everything else has got to go. I love Ophiel. He's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're gonna talk about tools. Mike B touched about it. Please, for those who are here, subscribe to the Temple of the Backwoods Tree.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
again, fantastic channel. Subscribe to it. I highly believe in his work, and he's a practitioner of character. So again, subscribe to the Temple of the Backwoods Tree. And I want to talk about very quickly about tools are just an extension. Tools are good
Mm-hmm.
to have, but tools are an extension of your will. So the tool is only as strong as you are because you're the conduit. You're the battery for the tool, whether it be your athame, your tarot cards, your pendulum, etc. And Mike B has said this on a few occasions, but I'm gonna reiterate it. Do not let nobody touch your tools. I don't care if it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Don't let them touch your stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You don't want
because
those vibrations on it. Yep,
nope.
yep. They will put impure magnetism on it, and then you'll have to reconcentrate it. Yep, and reattune it. Yep.
Yep. So, might be what's the? Let's say that someone has touched your tools. Like say, like if you got small children in the house, how would you recalibrate the energy of the tool that's been
Well, okay. I would
manipulated?
take the tool, like the wand. Let's just say it's a wand, and I would put it in my pillowcase for 7 to 9 days. That will reattune that energy with me, and I'll probably take a drop of blood and run it down and rub it in into the wand like this. That's going to reattune it to just with me. Um, Other ways to do this, if it's a small object, you could put it in a singing bowl and give it a few rings and spin it around. That will take off the impure magnetism. What you really ought to do is keep your tools in a silk bag. Silk stops magical energy and it acts like an insulator. So that's a good way to, because spirits can fuck with your cards too, even in a box. If your box isn't warded, spirits can fuck with your cards. So keep your tools out of reach of children, obviously. They shouldn't be handling a saw maze. They shouldn't be watching mom handle a saw maze. They shouldn't be doing any of that. Then they'll think that they can do it too, and then it'll turn into a problem. So, the attunement process before consecration is almost always 7 to 9 days in your bed, under your mattress, or in your pillowcase, and that's a real winner. Yeah.
The important thing is your in your house or your temple. You excuse me. You always leave your energetic residue. You
Mhm.
always do that. So that's the best way to use it if some of your stuff has been defiled. Now, Mike B brought up an interesting point. Can spirits manipulate your tarot cards? I'm about to make them mad, Mike. You got to back my play.
All
Yes,
right,
a spirit can manipulate your cards, and you will end up giving a client an inaccurate reading.
that can happen. Yeah, that can happen. You're right.
I know
Yep.
one spirit in particular for the Ars Goetia that's very good at doing that, and that's Shax. Shax is
Oh
good with that.
wow. Yeah, boy, he likes to have he wants to be in everything except the arms of a strong man, doesn't he?
Yep. This is why this is why I say certain spirits you respect them, but you can't come from a Abrahamic religion approach where you're genuflecting and doing all this because certain spirits gonna take advantage of that.
Oh, they're gonna get
It's
mad
kind of
about
like,
it too. Yeah,
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 if you get a pit bull and once it gets past 6 months and you don't let that pit bull name you the alpha, your house becomes the panic room. Ain't nobody gonna get in and you ain't gonna get out. So I'm so
you're right.
it's just you cannot you come from a place of respect, but never fear. You don't do. I can tell you that. Shax will eat you alive.
Yep.
Belial will eat you alive.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, you know, they're
Heartlessly, he would
yeah,
heartlessly do that.
yeah. You know, your tears will be their pleasure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, you
Yeah,
know,
you're
that's
absolutely
just
right. Yep.
because I've gotten this thing, and Mike, you know, he opened up the floodgates, so I'm gonna say it. I don't like when tarot card readers say my cards never lie. I cannot stand that.
Yeah,
That
because there's a lot of ways to manipulate that. You're right. You're absolutely right. A lot of ways to manipulate that. What bothers me, I got to get this out here, man. It's like people treat demons as if they're fluffy love bunnies, and they personalize them and personify them to the point that they resemble some type of caring figure that is absent in their personal life. And I just want to tell them, like, look, you're heading for serious trouble if you believe that. You know, that is a demon. Like that is, and there's a lot of different kinds of demons. Don't get it twisted. There's fallen
yeah,
angels. There's, yeah, you know, but they're still what they are. You know, and like you said, you got to approach it with respect. You can't approach it like it's a love bunny, you know, or like a sweet kitty. It's not, you know.
no. And the other thing is this: demons are here. People say, well, what does demon get out of it? Demons move up on a higher plateau. They got a ranking a system, a tier system in the demonic realm. Don't let nobody tell you no, they don't. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
So it's
Yep,
quid
they do.
pro quo. And some
Yep.
demons are more tolerant than others. But most all demons hate to hate to see that you need some surrogate mommy or daddy. That all of them don't like that.
Yep.
They're here to help you evolve. They're not here to help you repair every aspect of your life and your traumas. They're not here
Right.
for that.
Right. Yeah. That's not what they're here for. I completely agree with you there. And I feel bad for some of these demons that get that kind of shit dumped on them. They just and then people wonder why they get ignored and they don't get results. And it's like, well, that's
Well, you coming from a
probably why.
position of weakness. How you
Yeah.
doing? Shout out to Creel. Thank you for coming on this live.
Oh, Kira, what's cracking, brother? I didn't notice him. Kira, what's happening, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Legend Archer, Havoc
Yep.
Spartan. For shout out to all y'all. Thank y'all for coming here. We well, this is educational purposes only because it's a lot of frauds out there. So real quick, I'm gonna read this out for the audience. Now we talking about how to create your own servitor aggregor. One, define your goals. Two, understand the purpose of your entity. Three, create a name for your entity. Four, define its purpose. Five, choose its object. Six, determine the source of energy. Seven, define its magical abilities, what it can and cannot do. Eight, determine the lifespan for your entity. Nine, decide the method of dissolution if appropriate, which you can create a word that will send it to the astral realm. Create your own entity's programming system. Give life to your entity. Allow the entity to perform its task. Perform the dissolution of your entity if appropriate. And that's from this book right here, Creating Magical Entities by David Cunningham. And I want
Oh,
everybody to know I need to see this.
nice.
So you can create your own aggregors, but here's the thing, or servitors. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. You don't give it a time span to live. If you don't give it that, and as well as a task to do, they're going to create havoc on the astral plane.
Yep. Yep.
Again, you cannot be the people that fail at magic are people that's lazy and
Mm.
reckless and irresponsible. They fail at magic all the time, and then they're gonna come to somebody like the Silver Devil or come to me. I did this. Why didn't it work? And I'm not trying to be rude or flip it. I'm like, okay, tell me your story. Tell me what you didn't do. That's always the first thing I want to know. What didn't you
Yeah,
do?
you're right. Yeah, you're right. Hey, man, I got a question for you on a philosophical level. What do you think of this, man? The
What?
concept that we are all, on some level, an egregore of a higher being's mind. Like in the mind of God, we could be creations of it, living out our lives. That's crazy to think about it like that, isn't it?
Um, actually, I don't even know if I could entertain something like that.
It's
I
hard.
just
It's a mind twister. Yeah, it's a mind twister.
because
Yeah.
okay, if that's the case, and Earth is a hologram, my position would be okay. Well, what's our role in this in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, that's a good question. My question would be, does it change anything if it's true? And it doesn't change how I live today or tomorrow. I mean, so
No,
I guess.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Mike B is going to be Mike B. Whether it's a
Yeah.
hologram, a simulation, and all that. So you still gonna have aches and pains. You still got to pay bills. You still gonna have to eat
Yep.
food because this is the
Yep.
only experience that you know. That's it. You are here to evolve.
And the memories I have of yesterday and the day before, that's
Yeah,
all we got.
you here.
Yeah, that's right. Kirill, evolution. That's right.
Hey, Mike B. Quick question. We know the clip off is trending, right? That's the it thing, the clip off, right?
Oh, yeah.
Um, word on the occult streets is you could go through the clip off in a couple of days and it doesn't hurt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If you did it in a couple of days, you didn't really do it. You didn't really do it, man. If you did each clip up for less than 7 days, that was a picnic in clip off. You didn't even really get to experience anything. I'm doing my fourth go through right now, and I'm doing 10 days per clip off. I'm just got done with Nahimas. And it's a pilgrimage to
Oh.
hell. That's what this is. This is a pilgrimage to hell, and I do this once a year. It's not any fun. It will fuck you up, and if you are doing it the right way, uh, you're gonna have days where you wake up crying. I mean, it can happen.
I'm a say this to everybody. Kenneth Grant aside, and here's a book on the Kalipov, which is going to help
Yeah,
summarize his point and his
night
visions
side.
of
Yeah.
the night side
Yep. Yep.
by Temple of the Ascending Flame. Um, Crowley, Aleister Crowley, real quickly, he didn't get past Corazon or Chagall. The Kalipov can drive you to, if you do it wrong, as Mike B said, the Kalipov can really send you to the sanitarium,
Yep. Or dead.
or you will
Yep.
contemplate ending your own existence.
Yep.
So the purpose of the Kalipov is really, in a nutshell, is to destroy the false ego.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, whether Nehemoth is not easy. I'm none of them easy. None of them
None of
easy.
them are easy. Yeah. None of them are easy. Some of them are worse than others. Golakov is really, really bad for me personally. I don't know why, but yeah, it's a nightmare. And then you've got your shadow to deal with. All the aspects of yourself that you can't deal with about you that you put onto your shadow self and lock in Citra Akra. And now that shadow's not happy to see you when it sees you down there in its world. you know. And man, it is what it is. Like the first two times I saw my shadow, I got the shit kicked out of me by it. I mean, it took me a long time to figure out how to handle him. And everybody's shadow is a little different. But when we integrate that shadow self with our conscious mind, we gain great strength. And that's what separates us from the right hand path in many ways. We can gain incredible strength, incredible psychic abilities, because the psychic shadow self controls the tap of psychic ability and psychic juice. And when your shadow is with you and in line with you, you can do some powerful shit. But if it's not in line with you, it'll sabotage you. So getting right with yourself is really the key to great power, I think, in clip off anyway.
Yeah. The Silver Devil, he's the lesser of two evils. I'm evil. So, Mike B, what's the biggest difference between a left hand practitioner and a right hand practitioner? I want to
Well,
hear this.
I would say this. Let's say the right hand path practitioner is a drop of water. He goes into the river that goes out to the sea, and he's absorbed into the sea, and he becomes one with it. Okay, I am the drop of water that doesn't want to go that way. I want other drops of water to come to me, and me to become a lake, and then become an ocean, and then become a sea. That would be the difference. Attainment through will and attainment through growth. Attainment through force and attainment through a slow process of evolution. Ours takes one lifetime, maybe two. Theirs takes 3 to 5. Ours is dangerous. Theirs is not. You can have right hand path religions in Hinduism. Anything to where you're giving worship to another entity and putting it on a pedestal above yourself and deifying something else besides yourself, that's right hand path. There are people that want to do this with demons, and it's called demonology. And I have nothing against it personally, but I am not going to worship demons. I will work with them, I will collaborate, but worship, no.
Okay, so Mike B just pretty much said, because somebody had said a while ago, you worship demons. I don't worship anything other than myself. I work
Yep,
with them. I work in concert with them. But that
yep,
you're dealing with the left hand path is dealing with self mastery and self deification. Because if I'm praising another demon or spirit, I could have stayed in Christianity or Islam. If that was the case, I could stay right where I was at. And that's the mistake. A lot of people, they still come with the same mindset and try to apply it to demonology, demonosophy, and demonolatry. You still
hmm,
taking the same process in there. It's just that,
yep,
okay, instead of going to McDonald's this time, you done went to Wendy's. They
yep.
both
That's
sell
all it is.
hamburgers.
Yep. Right. And those people, they get some bonuses from the entities in the beginning, but after that, their priority level is really low. They're basically a servant to the demon, and I don't want to have relationships with these entities where I'm their servitor. That doesn't work for me. Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
oh, hey Creel, I got a book for you real quick that can help with evocation. It's by Konstantinovs, Summoning
I love that
Spirits.
book. I love
Yeah,
that
here
book.
you go. I think I got this a PDF, but yeah, Creel, you want to get this, as your teacher said, very good book. and I like books that are practical. I don't like a whole lot of filler and fluff, and you just reach, paraphrasing and saying the same thing over again to fill up a book. And uh that, like I said, that's a good one. And I really respect Ball Cadmon's work as well as the Silver Devil.
Yeah, yeah.
But here's a book, y'all can write this title down. It's
All right.
Devils, Demons, and Ghosts in the Hebrew Tradition, Romancing the Sitra Akra, or the other
Woo!
side of the tree.
I
So
love it. I like that. I'm gonna check that out, man. I'm gonna check
yeah,
that out.
so it has a few rituals in it, but it's trying to really get you to understand that demons and ghosts and all that, that was in the Bible. It's just that and I respect this about Ball Cadmon. He's a linguist, so he knows Hebrew.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
very important. And this is I Mike, I'm having fun right now. We're gonna do a part three. I don't know when, but we gotta do a part
Yeah.
three.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have to do a part three. I got to go in a little bit, man, but I want to do a
Okay.
part three with you ASAP as soon as we can, man, because this is a lot of fun. This really is.
Yeah. Same here. Pleasure.
Yeah. 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 Thanks for the
So
book recommendation. I like that. I'm gonna check that out. I'm very interested in the concept of the Dybbuk, the human ghost that is discarnate.
yeah.
Um.
Actually, I believe Cadmon talks about that in the book. He talks about
Okay.
that. Yep.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
he
I'll check
talks
that
about
out.
possession. He talks about possession in the Dibak.
Oh
And
wow.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
So you're in for a
Possession is
treat.
something. Possession is some scary shit, man. I really hate doing those. I really, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I hate doing those because if you fuck it up, you can get possessed too. You know?
Oh, wait. Now tell me, now you've done the exorcism, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. Real quick for the family, and I want everyone to know this. How can you tell if a person has been possessed by a spirit?
Okay. The first thing I do is this. I have these right here. I take these and I take them to a big, like a pool of water, a bucket of water, two sticks, and I drop them in and I say, "Is this person afflicted by any black magic or any spirit attachments?" Bam. If they come in at a 90-degree angle like this, like perpendicular, okay, I know that they're under the effect of black magic. I know it right then and there. If they come in and they touch like this together, I know that they're afflicted by spirit attachment. The other thing is this: you can tell with spirit attachment there are some key signs, like a tick, like in their eye or their face, there will be a tick or a tremor. That's like an unconscious, involuntary movement, and that's something you can see. Also, it would be like modality of speech, vocalisms, things that they're saying that they're not aware of saying. They can also speak to you in terms of prophecy sometimes and tell you your sins, like things that you've done wrong that you've never acknowledged. They can definitely do that kind of stuff. Our way of doing exorcism, man, is probably the best way I've heard of because our way is the most gentle. With our way, we can talk to the demon and say, "Hey, what is it going to take to get you out of here? What can we do to make you quit?" I've actually brought them into this temple and made them officers here and given them a place of glory and power and usefulness instead of being a problem for somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yes. What's the key to a successful exorcism with a more aggressive or hostile spirit? What's some of the steps that you would have to undertake to get rid of
Oh
him
my
or
God.
her?
I had to bring Archangel Michael into it one time, and I really don't like doing that, man. I really don't like doing that. you
Yeah,
know?
well, but come on, Mike. Michael don't play. We both know that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He came in and he put his foot in his ass. I had to beat the thing seal with a blasting rod. Michael was on top of it. It was a night. I mean, she was screaming, like doing a Saint Vitus's dance, like howling. It was absolutely insane, horrible.
Uh, Jupiter's Corner. How you doing? Welcome to the Mike B Experience, featuring the Water Alchemist. Pleasure to have you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
beat. Wow. No, but hey, he asked for
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I told him. I said, "Hey, you could just take my hands and we could do this the easy way." And he says, "Fuck you."
it. Okay. Okay. No worries. Hey, your terms have been accepted. Now I got to call out the big dog.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, you're not
I'm
gonna say that
so
when he
glad you
shows up.
said
You
that.
know that, right? Yeah. and it was a mess. And I'm still every time I go through Soterio in Clipoff where he lives, I'm always looking
Hmm.
over my shoulder.
Well, yeah. Well, Mike, you know it's beef after that. You know that, right? It's beef.
Yeah,
You know how it
yeah,
works.
at least 10 years of beef, at least 10 years of minimum.
It's beef now, because like, and because one thing about an exorcism, when it's successful with an aggressive spirit, I'm gonna put it like this, like on Wall Street, their stock drops. So
Yeah,
now they got to hear from other spirits like, "Wow, you let the silver devil take you out like that." They got to
yeah,
hear that over there.
yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right.
So
You're right. Right.
you know,
Yeah, it's a bad
but
deal. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll tell
but
you who
just
it was,
be
about
careful. Mike, how do you feel about circles?
about what?
How do you feel about circles?
Okay, there's a lot of spirits I won't use a circle with because I don't think it's necessary. Now, there are some spirits that feel like you don't need a circle with me. You don't think I'm strong enough to do something to you. So there are some spirits I do a circle with just to make them feel like I respect them. And uh, so that's how it would be. If I'm doing a multi-point evocation, like two spirits or five spirits, I will use a circle because too many voices coming at you at the same time can be very disorienting. And yeah, I mean that's how I feel about it.
I always tell people trust their intuition. One, and then with an aggressive spirit or a spirit you haven't really become
Worked
familiar with the
before.
energy, use a
Yep.
circle. But personally, do I use circles? No, because me and me and Orbis have never had any problems. Me and
Right.
Lucifer's never had any problems. Beleth, Lilith, all that. So if you know the energy and you have a working and respectful relationship, I would say you don't need a circle. Now,
Yeah, I
outside
agree
of
with that.
that, that's totally different.
Yeah, I
and,
agree with
and
that.
most
Yeah.
spirits, I'm gonna let the elephant out the room. When a spirit or a demon respects you, technically speaking, they honestly could get past the circle unless you are
Oh
incredibly
yeah.
strong. They could
Oh
get
yeah.
past it, but they're
Oh yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
respecting the boundaries. That's
Yeah.
what they're
Yeah.
doing. They're respecting the boundaries. Like you respect them, they're gonna respect you. And some demons that come from what I say a more benevolent nature, they don't want to scare you off. But
Right.
again, like I said, there's other ones that will scare you. I mean, Andromalius is scary.
Agaress would like to test your circle too. Yeah. Yeah.
Agares will test you just
Yeah. Yeah. Just because, right? Yeah, you're right. Yep.
so. I'm really glad you talked about the exorcism thing, though.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. We'll have to chop it up about that another time when we have more time. I got to get brother,
Yep.
but we'll let's do a part three here very very soon. Is that cool? Are we good?
Yeah. Peace.
Cool. You guys, thank you for showing up, everybody. Thank you, Water Alchemist, for coming. I really appreciate you, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace. This is Mike B, the Silver Devil, Dark God of the Clip Out, and Water Alchemist. We're out.